Authorities in southern Somalia say they've blocked refugees returning home from Kenya as they don't get the humanitarian support they need once they reach major cities. The UN Refugee Agency signed an agreement with the governments of Kenya and Somalia in November 2013. It outlines a legal framework and other support for Somali refugees in Kenya who are willing to return home. But Somali authorities say the agreement doesn't actually help the refugees once they're back home. Let's get you more on that story now. I'm joined live in our Nairobi studios by Julian Navir. He's a Senior External Relations Officer at the UNHCR. Julian, thanks very much for joining us.
Most welcome.
Can you give us a better picture of the situation right now at the border?
That's right. The situation is currently happening, and that's a bit unfortunate. Obviously, refugees, returnees are at Doble in a reception center, more than 1,100 at the moment, and we are seeking to find some solutions with the authorities to put an end to this situation.
Are they being taken care of at the moment?
Yes, we do provide an assistance that's very, very important. Families are there, kids are there. So yes, with the partners, UNHCR and all the partners, we provide direct assistance to them. But the situation is quite complicated, I must say.
Is there a plan in place for the returnees? I mean, what's the next step here?
Yes, we're working towards the voluntary return process from Dadaab. So all the returnees are offered the option to come back to Somalia. But I need to highlight that this is on a voluntary basis. So they really need to have the choice to travel from Kenya, Dadaab, to go to Somalia. That's the first step, first phase of the program. But most important, I'd say, the second phase is really about reintegration in Somalia. And this is where are many challenges, and this is where UNHCR and all the partners are working hand in hand to find some durable solutions.
Right. Just briefly, what are some of the challenges you're encountering when it comes to reintegrating the returnees?
Yes, that's a very good question. It's difficult, even though you're coming back to your own country of origin. We have to bear in mind that these people need to reconnect with everything. If I take the examples of the children, for instance, they had some education provided in Dadaab under the Kenyan curriculum. Once they arrive in Somalia, that's another curriculum. So we need to adapt to this. Regarding livelihoods, this is also a considerable challenge. We need basically to offer them some option to start up a new future.
And I know that the UNHCR has asked for additional funding, I think about 115 million US dollars. So far, what's the response to this appeal?
That's right. An appeal was launched quite recently, July 26th in Geneva. And all the countries, donors countries, really understand that there are great needs, and they are actually very ready to fund this appeal, very committed to identify these needs and be able to provide with the funds. To answer the question, I would say that we're going towards the right direction.
Yeah, quite optimistic. Thanks very much, Julian,
You're
for
welcome.
joining us.
Thank you.
We had here in studio Julian Navir. He is a Senior External Relations Officer at the UNHCR.